You might feel like you did everything right, you studied for weeks, you tracked your practice scores and watched them climb, but on the official LSAT, your score dropped by 5, maybe even 10 points. If that happened to you, I know it can feel crushing, like every ounce of hard work just disappeared. But here's the surprising truth. That score drop might actually be the moment that pushes you to unlock your highest LSAT potential. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to transform a painful score drop into the catalyst for your biggest LSAT gains yet. First, for those who don't know me, my name is Steve Schwartz. I've been teaching the LSAT since 2005, and I personally increased my own LSAT score from a 152 to a 175. Now let's start with a reality check. LSAT score drops are actually more common than you might think. It doesn't matter if you're a first-time test taker or a repeat taker, plenty of people find themselves dealing with an unexpected dip. And the difference between those who bounce back and those who get stuck often comes down to how they respond to the news of the score drop. Now here's the key. A score drop is never a final verdict on your ability. It's just data. It's telling you something crucial about where the gaps might be. Gaps you might not have noticed until the pressure of an official LSAT brought them out. Once you realize that, you can stop seeing a lower score as a personal failure and start seeing it as a roadmap to improvement. Now, let's look at the most common reasons people see their scores drop on test day. The first and biggest reason is oftentimes test day pressure or anxiety. Because the environment's different. You have an official proctor, there's the countdown clock, you know that the score counts for your applications, and that kind of pressure can disrupt your timing and clarity. It might also have been due to unrealistic practice conditions. If you weren't practicing like it's the real LSAT, if you were taking long breaks between sections, or taking 4 separate sections and adding them up later, that can set you up for a reality check on test day. The LSAT format is 4 sections, timed strictly, so your practice test should also be timed strictly, 35-minute sections, assuming standard timing, without extra time. A third big factor could be maybe that there were undiagnosed weak areas. Maybe a specific LSAT question type tripped you up. You might not have noticed it in casual practice, but on the real test, under pressure, these weaknesses become magnified. And finally, maybe you were burnt out, or on the flip side, maybe you were overconfident. These are, of course, 2 extremes, but both of them can sabotage you. Burnout dulls your focus, and overconfidence can make you miss details that otherwise would have been obvious. Now, before we dig into solutions, let's crush a few myths. Myth number 1, I must not be smart enough. A bad test day doesn't mean you're incapable. The LSAT measures learned skills. Skills you have the ability to develop further. Myth number 2, I can't recover from a big drop. That's not at all true. You absolutely can recover. I've seen students bounce back from significant drops to reach their target scores, sometimes in just a few weeks. Myth number 3, the LSAT is rigged. It can certainly feel that way when things go wrong, but the reality is that the LSAT is carefully designed. Focusing on conspiracy theories or external blame only distracts you from what you can control, which is your own performance. Now for the action plan. I call this the drop recovery protocol. It's a simple, strategic approach to getting you back on track and aiming higher. Step number 1, reflect and diagnose. You've got to start by pinning down what really happened on test day. Ask yourself, did nerves get the best of me? Was I rushing through questions or second-guessing myself too much? Did I feel mentally fatigued by the final section? You've got to be honest with your answers, because this self-awareness will guide every step forward that you take. Step number 2, take a deep dive into your mistakes. Your practice test scores in the lead up to test day are a gold mine of data. Break down exactly where you lost points. Were there certain question types or passages that gave you more trouble than others? You've got to look at why you eliminated a right answer or why you chose a wrong one. If something feels unclear, you've got to analyze it until you have that aha moment. That clarity transforms mistakes into stepping stones for your progress. If you'd like my help engaging in that analysis, looking at your practice test results in the lead up to the big day, which may unlock and make clear what went wrong on test day itself, my team and I would be glad to help you out. At LSAT Unplugged, we offer private one-on-one coaching sessions on a consistent basis from now through your LSAT retake. And we pair those private coaching sessions with a personalized day-by-day study plan laying out exactly what to do based on your weak areas, the mistakes you're making, and why, so that you can avoid those mistakes again on your LSAT retake. If you'd like my help, you can check out the links below to book a call with me and my team. Now, step number 3 here is to replicate official testing conditions. That means 4 timed sections, each 35 minutes long, preferably back-to-back with only the 10-minute break between sections 2 and 3. You cannot peek at the answers in the middle of the test. The goal is to build up your endurance for your LSAT retake and your comfort with the actual pace and pressure that you're going to experience on test day. Step number 4, tweak your strategy. If you've realized from your analysis that you have an issue with timing, focus on pacing drills. If test day anxiety was the culprit, you might want to explore deep breathing techniques or short mindfulness routines before each section. A small strategic shift now can yield massive returns on your retake. And step number 5, consider getting feedback, consider getting support, because sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and an outside perspective from an expert who's already been through the process can be the fastest route to discovering your blind spots. This could come from a study partner, but it's going to be a lot more impactful to get that support from an LSAT coach with experience who's been there, done that, and guided other students through the exact same process in the lead up to their test dates. Again, if you'd like my help, you can check out the links below to book a call with me and my team. We'd be glad to help you out on your journey to scoring a 170 plus on your LSAT retake. Now, you've also got to strengthen your mindset and your belief that you can do this. I can't stress this enough. A confident, focused mindset can make all the difference on test day. This could involve positive visualization, where you picture yourself calmly working through a section, even when you hit a tough question. This could involve positive self-talk, where you replace the idea, I'm going to bomb this test, with I'm prepared and I can handle this. And also maintain perspective. Remind yourself that the LSAT you just took is not the end of the world. Retaking the LSAT is totally fine. Admissions officers only consider your highest score on record. They do not average multiple LSAT scores. Now let's take a moment to appreciate why your LSAT score drop could actually be a good thing in disguise. First, it highlights the real weaknesses that you have. You might have been skating by with minor knowledge gaps, and a score drop forces you to face those gaps head on. Score drops also improve your mental resilience. If you can bounce back from a tough result, that teaches you how to handle pressure. That's a skill you'll need not just for the LSAT, but also in law school and beyond. Finally, score drops motivate you to refine your approach. A dip in performance can be the wake-up call you needed to motivate you to level up your strategies, test-taking habits, and mindset. So if your score dipped on test day, whether by 2 points or 10 points, don't panic. This is your chance to refine your approach, strengthen your mental game, and come back stronger. Remember, it's not about being perfect every step of the way. It's about learning from each experience, adjusting strategically, and never losing sight of your ultimate goal. And again, if you'd like my help, you can check out the links below to book a call with me and my team. We'd be glad to help you out on your journey to scoring 170 plus. And in the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.